Ted, you know, we live in a tourist town, and I'm figuring out how to put this gently. We have a lot of events that happen in the evening. We have beaches. We have people that are entertaining themselves and having a great time. So typically speaking, there's a lot of people that get arrested because of having a DUI, and they cause accidents, and it's a terrible incident. Somebody makes a foolish decision, and the wheels literally come off.
And we're seeing more and more of it, it seems like, here. I mean, it's always been an issue, but it's been real prevalent this year. First off, if you've had something to drink, call an Uber, call a friend. Do not, the expense that you're going to expose yourself to is immense, not only on the criminal side, but with what Chris and I do on the civil side, there's a heavy price that you have to pay, because once you've done something of the gravity of driving drunk and causing serious or even any bodily injury to somebody, you're subjecting yourself to additional types of damages that you don't see in your average, ordinary case. Normally we're talking about compensatory damages. How much is it going to take to compensate you for the loss? Your medical expenses, your lost wage, your pain and suffering. But once you step into the territory of what you've done is either grossly negligent or intentional, you're subjecting yourself to what's called punitive damages. Those are to punish you. And those have some very serious consequences, one of which is they're very likely not dischargeable in a bankruptcy, so that can go on and run with you, and very likely those are not going to be covered by your insurance policy. So your home, all your assets are going to be potentially in play, and if you get into one of those cases, like we have on several occasions, it's going to subject you to financial discovery. That means you're going to have to turn over your bank records, your tax returns, things like that, and it's something that's not a very fun process.
You know, Ted, you hit a point. You have to turn over a lot of stuff that you normally wouldn't have to turn over in a normal case. And so if you're going to run the risk of drinking and driving and hope that you don't get caught, or hope that you don't even cause an accident, that risk is on you. But we're seeing so many DUI cases or DUI affiliated cases with our auto accident clients that are coming in, and some individuals are just slap out, just drunker than you can imagine, and then other ones, you know, they're failing the test because they've had just a little bit too much to drink and drive, and they're being careless. But the value of the cases, and I guess that's what we're getting to, is the value of the cases is so much more significant than a regular compensatory auto accident case, because it's punitive in nature, and punitive damages are made to punish. That's what the word punitive comes from. So we've seen cases that would normally settle for maybe $10,000 or $20,000 could typically settle for $100,000 to $200,000 due to the severity of the injuries and due to the severity of the incidents. But like Ted said, you're in play now. Your personal finances get in play even more so, because you have you've committed a crime in the act of an accident.
You have committed a crime.
Yeah, and so now it's even worse for you. So please, 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 if you're going to drink and drive, please get an Uber. Or not drink and drive, I'm sorry. If you're going to drink, please get an Uber. Do not drink and drive. I'm sorry. Please don't drink and drive. But if you're going to drink and have fun with your friends or your family or whatever you're doing, please don't get behind the wheel of a car. Go call an Uber, call a friend. Somebody can get you home, because there's some very, very bad things that can happen, not only on the civil side of things, but if you seriously injure someone or even kill them on accident, you could be going off to state prison for
quite a time.
10 to 15 years on a minimum standard. So it could be very costly. Ted, we've touched on PIP insurance. We've touched on workers' comp earlier in the show. We've touched on uninsured motorists. You know, one of the things that we in but we talk about MedPay.
Right.
You know, when you fight the insurance company, you don't realize that sometimes you have benefits available to you that you have paid for on your policy. And when your adjuster calls you, and if you don't have an attorney to explain it to you, you're like, what in the world is MedPay?
MedPay is another form of health insurance that's built into your insurance policy that can provide coverage to pay for medical treatment if you're in whatever particular coverage is. Chris is referencing an auto policy. You can have medical payments coverage that would be your primary coverage after your PIP exhausts if you're in an automobile accident and you're injured. But also, if you have someone injured at your home, you can have medical payments coverage on your homeowner's policy that can provide coverage for that person. And medical payments coverage, like PIP, is a no-fault based type of coverage, so that it's implicated and can be in play no matter what. So it's extremely important anytime you have an accident whether it be in your home, on a business premises, or in your vehicle, that you look at all the various forms of insurance coverage that could be in play. Not just on the person that you feel like is responsible for the accident, but also on your own policy, so that you make sure and know where the coverage is, and you make sure you know what the pool of money that's available, so that you can chart that path to trying to get back made whole.